Ladies and gentlemen, draft fans across the world, my name is That Guy Harvey, and today it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the Multi-Battle League Season 2. We have a few changes from Season 1 which I will detail in this video, including new teams, new players, and for the very first time, a backroom team of analysts that will be providing content to the all-new MBL channel. We even have a Twitter at Pokemon MBL, which you can follow in the description. Without further ado, let's get right into it, starting with our analysts for Season 2. Going from left to right, we have Juan Marvel. With many years of draft experience under his belt and multiple other analyst roles, including the Pokemon Premier League, he was also a part of the original MBL back in its EXPNU days. He'll be bringing a lot of advice, a lot of knowledge to our table, and we are very happy to have him. We're very happy for Duncan for recommending as well. Shoutouts to you, good sir. Next up is a man with a scary level of Pokemon knowledge, and he team builds like a madman. He goes into so much detail, and it's quite knowledgeable being around him. You gather so much information being around this man. It's our budget J-Wits, John Pirowitz. We have a lot of toast joining us as our VGC man, the self-proclaimed most mediocre UK player in the VGC scene. But his vast knowledge of the format is a real plus for us who know little to average, I would say. And finally, Tailwind Eagle. Plenty of draft experience himself, he's the commissioner of his own draft league, the Pokemon Bundesliga, and brings his own experiences to our collective table. We're looking to maybe bring in one more analyst, so keep an eye out on Twitter for any news on that front. We will also be looking to host weekly review, preview, and power ranking shows every week, so be sure to subscribe for that. Now that we've covered personnel, let's move on to the general rules for Season 2. As indicated before, we have new teams entering the league, so we expand from 8 to 12 for a total of 25 players. Yes, that is an odd number for our new fans. We'll explain why in a bit. Matches will be played similar to Season 1, single round robin style, and in one division to make an 11-week regular season. The increase in teams means that our playoffs expand with it. The top 6 will qualify for playoffs instead of the top 4 from Season 1, and the added incentive of the top 2 teams receiving a bye for the semi-finals. This is to give those teams that seal a place early another goal to keep these games as competitive as possible and as entertaining as possible for you guys, because we want the best for you. It's all about entertainment. On the uploads front from our players, the format will remain the same as Season 1, with team builders and battle videos being uploaded to different players' channels, so be sure to subscribe to both members of the team you're following to keep up to date with everything on the battlefront. Those are expected to go out on Friday and Saturday. Finally, the battle format is to remain the same for Season 2. Out of the 10 Pokemon each team will draft, 8 will come to team preview, with 4 Mons from each member, and each team will then picking 3 to make the battles 6v6. On the draft front, we will have more information on the draft coming to you tomorrow, so be sure you're around for that. Next, we move on to some important information regarding the battle rules. These include things that are allowed and things that are banned for Season 2. Everyone competing this season got a vote on this, and were allowed to decide certain factors. The elephant in the room you might see as I change the slide over to our allowed is that Magearna is sitting right in front of your face. And that's because Magearna was voted to be legal in this season of the Multi-Battle League. No doubt its potential is huge, and it can play a huge part in every match it's in. We look forward to seeing what it can do in the hands of whoever can pick it up. Omni boosting Z moves have also been allowed. These are moves that give a +1 boost to every stat, being Happy Hour, Celebrate, Trick or Treat, Hold Hands, Sketch, Geomancy, Forest's Curse, Conversion, and Purify. You'll also see on your right, Munium Z is also legal for this season, giving whoever can pick up Mew the chance to use Genesis Supernova. It's incredibly strong, and I'm also surprised that this got through the cracks. I had no vote in this. Don't look at me, everybody. These are all the players. You can blame them. This is on them. I don't agree with it. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see how it can be utilised. In the middle of your screen, you can also see that some Megas have been allowed for Season 2. We didn't want to ban all of them, or have all of them, so we wanted to vote on individual ones. And as you can see, these are the ones that were allowed in: Mega Absol, Aerodactyl, Alakazam, Ordino, Beedrill, Blastoise, Garchomp, Glalie, Gyarados, Lucario, Medicham, Pidgeot, Pinsir, Sableye, Scizor, Sharpedo, Slowbro, Steelix, and Venusaur. And finally, we will move on to our bans for Season 2. you will notice the big three of which in the middle of your screen, Power Construct Zygarde, Battle Bond Greninja, and Marshadow are all banned outright, completely gone off the face of the earth, back of the universe. They are out. All of them are just extremely powerful Pokemon. Power Construct Zygarde is too much of a mess to deal with. And Marshadow, even though it isn't released yet, has a crazy strong typing in fighting Ghosts. Very good speed, very good attack, and an exclusive Z move that is just... oh, its description is great. It's a good move. It's a very good move. Too good for the MBL. Not having it. We also have the Megas that were banned by our players, including both the Charizards in X and Y, Gengar, Kangaskhan, Marwell, Metagross, our MVP from Season 1, sorry Team Cyberbaz, it's gone, Mewtwo X and Y, Salamence, and all of the unreleased Megas, meaning that all the Mega Stones that are to be released later in the coming weeks throughout the year are banned. We also have the other mons that you would expect to be banned. No real need to explain those, you can kind of have a look for yourself. It's... I mean, would you really want the Primal Kyogre and Groudon in Multi-Battle League? I don't think so. As an extension, we have decided that individual Z crystals will count towards the item clause. So a team can bring more than one, but not two of the same type. So they can't bring two Icinium Zs. They can bring an Icinium Z and a Groundium Z, or a Flynium Z and a Waterium Z. You just can't bring two of the same. And for teams that do draft Megas, they have to hold their Mega Stone. They don't have to Mega Evolve straight away. So they can use any ability that comes with the regular mon, and they can then Mega Evolve when they would like. Sleep Claws, Moody Claws, and Baton Pass Claws are not in effect, and all of the battles will be conducted at level 100. These are just general rules for our combatants. And on a final note to our players, hacks are part of the game. You will eventually miss something that may be crucial. Example being Fire Fang in Season 1. Shoutouts again to you, Duncan. It's all in the name of entertainment. We all enjoy it, we love watching it, and it's a good talking point. It gives us content. Please keep missing. It's good. And with talk about players, it's now time to introduce who exactly is competing in the Multi-Battle League for Season 2, starting with our returning players, just part of a few new teams. One half of Team Views and one half of Team Anime Titties will be combining to form a brand new team. They are the most Disney members of the MBL Season 2. Duncan and Shofu will be making Team We Disney. Game Boy Luke will join the battle for the very first time, teaming with his new housemate in Hoodlum Scrafty, also known as Callum. They combine to make Team Subs. Miss Beryl looks to follow up a 5th place finish in Season 1 with her new teammate Angus, also known as Scottish Bra. They are Team Flawless. With our newer teams out of the way, just made up of some familiar faces, we move on to teams that did not split after Season 1 and stayed together. Our 6th place team from Season 1 are up first. They've gone away and come back stronger and wiser, but definitely not the same. They're definitely not the same team. Joey and the Lord MV are Team Not Scold. The Wise Man, Kenny, and Chimpak, the two wise men of our MBL Season 2 I should say, return as the regular season champions. They were top of the regular season. Look to go even further this time round. Team Juice, they return. The League's Dodrio are back, which is what I was mentioning earlier in regards to why there are 25 members of our season. There are 25 combatants. That's because Team Jamie are 3. The 3 top Jamies in UK VGC, Boyd, Miller and Keane. They are Team Jamie. Our runners-up from Season 1 look to go one step further up the mountain, but have more competition to beat down to do so. Aaron Cybertron Zeng here with Baz Anderson. It's Team Cyberbaz. And finally, our defending champions. The gold and bronze medalists from the 2016 World Championships, Wolfie Glick and Marcus Statter, are Team Dreamball. With our first 8 teams down, we have to move on to our final 4 teams. Introducing first, Hibiki and Lee Provost. The first of our new VGC installments, but they combined their knowledge from the NPA and the School of Hard Knocks to form Team Leaky. Next up, the most consistent man in VGC today and a well-travelled veteran of the scene. They join forces with a name that no one understands. Try think of a meaning for yourself and leave a comment down below. What do you think this team means? They are Team Drinking Birds. All I have to say for this next team coming up is Cerebi.net. What more do I have to say on that? Joe Merrick and his partner Marty Bennett formed Team Mythical for Season 2. And finally, but certainly not least, a team that brings bars like their rage candy, G and Show Through the Beatdown are Team Blue Hunnets. So those are our 12 teams for the Multi-Battle League Season 2, and as mentioned earlier, we'll have information of the draft coming to you tomorrow, so be sure you're keeping up to date with everything to do with the Multi-Battle League. I am that guy Harvey, and on behalf of myself, our analysts, and our teams, these are words you've yearned to hear for so long. We are the Multi-Battle League, and this is Season 2. You're welcome.